Well, hello my beautiful friends and welcome to Tailor Made Beauty by Kris. Today is the first day of many days that I am going to be testing out the Giorgio Armani Luminous Silk Foundation. And I have this in the shade 4.25. In addition to trying out the foundation, I'm also going to be trying out the Power Fabric Concealer from Armani. So today I'm going to do the foundation on the Hourglass Veil Mineral Primer. So I will, that's a pretty thick primer if you've not used it. I like this primer a lot. I can't think of a time that it has failed me, but I gotta be honest, I don't have a holy grail primer yet. I'm still sort of trying things out. And for under the eyes, because I do tend to get a lot of texture that shows through, they're a little on the dry side, so I have used 3 steps of moisturizer. Put it on, let it soak in, put it on, let it soak in, put it on, let it soak in. And now I'm going with the Color Science Total Eye 3-in-1. This is a color corrector, a primer, and it also has a SPF of 35, which is great in making sure that the texture doesn't get worse from sun damage. All right, and I like to do my under eye concealer before doing my face. So I will do that. And in the Armani, I have the color 3.5 under my eye. And you can see it's a small, I guess, doe foot. It's kind of an odd shape for a doe foot applicator on that. So I'm going just under, and this is what works for me. I don't slather a ton of it on, and I also don't bake it. Baking doesn't work for my texture. And now I'm using a damp beauty blender to work it in under my eyes. And I think that gives nice coverage. And I'm hopeful that being the Power Fabric that it's going to wear well. Next, I'm going to apply the foundation. As you would expect, this is a nice, heavy glass bottle, frosted, very nice, with a pump. And to let you know, that's how much you get out of a pump. It's not a really runny, well, it runs a little bit, but it's not super runny. And today I'm going to use my fingers. I do like my fingers. I like the, the warmth that it generates with my skin. And I feel like I can really work the foundation in. But then I do like to go over it with a damp beauty blender to kind of finish off the texture. Of course, I've got a nice zit on this side, so we'll see how the coverage is. Yeah, I would say that gives me really good medium coverage just off the bat. All right, let's go into the forehead. I feel like this is working in really nicely. Okay. And now I have a tiny bit left on my hand. Where am I? There I am. Tiny bit left on my hand, so I'm gonna go back in on my nose, since that tends to lose coverage. And I'm going to take a little, see if I can just get like a quarter of a pump. Yeah, not too bad. And see if I can't build up on the blemish that I've got. See if we can't get a little more coverage out of that. Oh yeah. Okay, so you can see I'm tapping with my finger and then really super lightly with the Beauty Blender. All right. I had an IPL a few days ago and there were some sunspots along my hairline that are raising and I'm hoping are going to slough off. So those right now are looking a little darker to me. So I'll take that little bit that's left and just do it up along my hairline. I wouldn't normally put a ton of foundation up there, but we'll sort of disguise the coloration that's being raised because of the IPL. All right, and I'm going to take a close-up look in my mirror here on what my under eyes are doing already. For me, any other concealer would already crease. And, well, okay, I'm going to get in real close with you. As you can see, it is settling into the creases underneath, but I haven't set it. I'm going to blend that in. And now I'll set it. I have the Sicily Loose Face Powder, the Phyto Poudre Libre, in shade 1. I'm not gonna lie, this stuff's expensive. 95 bucks at Nordstrom. But you will see this is what's left on the inside of the top. And honestly, that's what I'm picking up. And I'm only using it under my eyes, just pouncing out any creases so I don't set any creases. All right, and just going under my eyes and then flicking away any excess. I just want the most minimal amount of powder. Again, just picking up that which is loose. Sort of stippling or pouncing it on and flicking away the extra. So let me come in real close and show it to you. That's what it looks like when it's set. And for the rest of my face, I'm going to use the Lancome Long Time No Shine in Translucent. And I will use that to set the rest of my face. Largely hitting the middle, the T-zone, and then just working my way out to the edges of my face with what's left on my brush. There. And I will say that just, you know, it's so pretty. It's medium to medium plus coverage, and it just is such a soft look, not glowy, not super matte, just like you know, having a really good skin day. So I'm gonna go finish getting ready and I will check in with you later on today. It has been 10 hours since I put the foundation on, and I haven't touched it up at all. From a distance, I think it still looks good, but close up, I'm coming real close, I've got some shininess on the side of my nose, And also, I find I touch my chin a lot during the day, and I feel like it's pretty much completely worn off of my chin. But I think the rest of it looks really good. So we'll try a different combination tomorrow. I realized last night after I was done filming that I forgot to talk about my under eye concealer. And looking back on the footage, it looks like it held up relatively well for how under eye concealers perform on my face. Today I am going to prime with the Tatcha Silk Canvas Primer. This is a solid like putty primer, and it has the most, it's a very subtle fragrance. So unless you are super sensitive to fragrance, I don't think it would be a problem, but just has a very faint, sort of yummy, lemony bakery scent. And I think a lot of the Tatcha products are known for their good scents. All right, so really just patting it in around my nose, on my chin. All right, this is the area where my pores tend to show up, also the forehead, and the chin is what tends to go away. All right, and today for under the eye, I am going to use the Smashbox Photo Finish Hydrating Under Eye Primer. And I have already done 3 rounds of moisturizer under my eye and let those soak in. So hopefully it's good and hydrated. This Smashbox product is more liquidy than the Color Science. This, of course, doesn't have any SPF protection or color correction that the Color Science does, but this might be a little more hydrating. All right, I'll put the concealer on first. And again, today use a damp beauty blender. And today for the foundation, I'm going to use a brush to apply it. So we'll try again with 1 pump. And I think for this side, we'll try getting product in the brush and applying it. This is an IT Cosmetics brush, and it picks up, or picked up there, a lot of product. All right, and for the other side, I'll dot it on and then use the brush. And I'm going to need another, try to get 2/3 of a pump of foundation. Well, yes, this foundation applies nicely both with the brush and with the beauty blender and finger. So I like that. Today I'm going to try to build up a little more on my nose and my chin to see if that helps with how it wears in those areas, because that was not stellar yesterday. And again today for setting my face, I'm going to use the Lancome Long Time No Shine powder. I'm doing that because really the one thing that we've really changed is the primer. The Tatcha today instead of the Hourglass from yesterday. Ooh, excuse me, I inhaled some powder there. Not pleasant. All right, I feel like that is nice and set. And now I'm going to let you see under my eyes. It has gathered in the creases a little bit there. So I'm just going to even that out. And again, to maintain some consistency, I'm using the Sisley to set it. And this is, I don't even know what this brush is supposed to be for, but for me it's the right size and shape for just getting my under eye area, because really that's all I want to get with this very expensive powder. And I kind of pounce it in there and then just use this brush to, a big fluffy brush, to get off any excess. All right, well, that's the Giorgio Armani Luminous Silk Foundation for day 2, and I will see you tonight. We're having a beautiful sunny day here in Seattle, and so I wanted to check in with you out here in the sunshine with this Giorgio Armani foundation. Let me bring you in a little closer. It's really hard for me to see against the sun, so I don't know exactly how it looks, but from what I can see, I think it looks okay. Well, it is the end of a very long day, and clearly I am not in my studio, but I did want to check in. I think the Armani foundation wore a lot better with the Tatcha primer today, although I did get some collection in the corners of my mouth that I did pat out, but I have not retouched anything today. And I'm going to remember to check in about the concealer. It's very, very late. The concealer under my eyes. And while there is some texture showing, it is much better than other concealers that I've used. So that's it for tonight. Today I'm going to use the Dr. Brandt Pores No More primer. This is a very thick primer, and I'm primarily going to focus in the center of my face, trying to blur the lines in my forehead. I do get Dysport, which is a Botox competitor, so that helps with some of the lines, but there are still some there. And then the pores around my nose, also to help the foundation wear better on my nose, and then my chin. As I mentioned, I touch my chin a lot, trying to get away from that. And then just whatever's left on the outside of my face. And after using the brush, I've decided that for me with this foundation, I like my fingers and then the Beauty Blender. So we're going to try with one pump, see how far I get with that. This foundation is so nice. It almost feels like skincare going on. I still have that blemish on my cheek. Why is it everything takes so long to heal? after, honestly, I think it started when I was about 40, but certainly now after 50. My beauty blender, I totally soak it under running water, squeeze it out, and then squeeze it in a clean, dry washcloth. So it really is just barely damp. I find that's kind of the perfect medium of giving it a nice finish and not picking up too much product. And here I'm going to pat the foundation in with my fingers, try to build up a little extra coverage on my nose. Ooh, okay, right up here, can you see already with the texture and the pores? So let me see if that just needs, there we go, a little more blending out. Seems to have done the trick there. On the mirror I have here, I have a very small 7X mirror. In my bathroom, I have a larger 10X. So I feel like I'm working in a little bit of a handicap. All right, right now I feel like I have built this to somewhere between a light to medium coverage. My skin is certainly showing through, blemishes and spots are certainly showing through, and I want a little more coverage today, so trying to get half a pump. And cheeks are my area of concern, chin, nose, and just building that up a little bit. I feel like it still looks very natural, just with a little bit more coverage. Okay, also today we are continuing with the test of the Armani, this is the Super Fabric Concealer, Fabric Concealer. And I'm going to try it without doing a primer or anything under my eyes today. See, put that to the test. And I'm going to pounce it in with my fingers. And then I'll dab it in with the Beauty Blender. You know, last couple of days I had that little orange one that I like using under my eye, but I think my cat has decided to use it as a toy because I can't find it. So we'll just use the big end of the Beauty Blender that I used on my face. All right, and yes, I will set under the eye with the Sicily powder again. And to be consistent, again, using Lancome Long Time No Shine to set the foundation. I'm gonna say already I feel like I'm noticing lines being emphasized right in here that I didn't notice with the other primers. But I guess we'll see how it wears today. I'll see you tonight. It has now been 10 hours since I put my makeup on this morning, and I am really disappointed in how the Dr. Brandt Pores No More primer is working with the Giorgio Armani Luminous Silk Foundation. It's not good, people, just not good. And you may also remember that this morning I didn't do any primer under my eyes, and I'm going to come in nice and close so you can see it all. But I just look how this line is being accentuated and the lines under my eyes. nothing pretty to see here today. So this, not a good combination because I've seen how great this foundation can look. Having said that, I will say that the rest of it still looks really nice. Just, you know, don't want to get too close. Okay, that's it for today. Well, not priming my under eye area definitely did not work yesterday, so I'm back to the Color Science 3-in-1 with 35 SPF for under my eyes today. And we're having another beautiful sunny day in Seattle, which makes me very, very happy. Okay. All right, taking care of that. And I'm gonna put my concealer on first. That way if it creeps up over my nose or something, then the foundation evens it all out. And I am using the damp little teeny tiny beauty blender that the cat stole yesterday. All right. Today I'm going to do something that I probably should have done the first day, but I will do it today, which is to use the foundation with no primer. That's, I always use a primer in the mornings, but it feels like it's kind of ultimate test for a foundation to not use a primer. And one pump, and today I am using the Super Sponge. This is a latex covered blender sponge. The bottom isn't covered, but the top is. I saw it on Tati's channel, and she commented on how much less product she used because, of course, the latex doesn't suck up anything. So today I am gonna pick up the foundation on the Super Sponge and use that to apply. This product is available at supersponge.com. Oh, look at that. That is going on really nicely. And there's still some, some on it, but I know it's not being absorbed into it. Let me pick up a little bit more and do this side. It has sort of a strange feel because of the latex on the outside. And of course, if you have a latex allergy, you would not want to use this product. Oh, I'm liking that. And you remember before, I've had to go get another, a third or a half a pump. I think I have enough left to do my forehead. Let's see. Oh, yes. Wow, that's really impressive. This has given me fabulous coverage on one pump. Thank you, Super Sponge. Okay, we also know that the concealer wears best for me when I set it. And again, today I am setting it with the Sicily powder. Once again, to keep everything fair, Lancome Long Time No Shine for setting the foundation. All right, all set for the rest of my face, and I will see you this evening. It's been about 9 hours, and I've got to say that this foundation without primer on my face is not a good idea. It is settling into pores and lines and emphasizing stuff. I don't know if I can get close enough to you for you to see that. but that's not the winning combination for this foundation. So let me give you a little recap. The Giorgio Armani Luminous Silk Foundation, 1 ounce is $64. The Power Fabric Concealer, you get 0.2 ounces for $34. And maybe I will do a concealer video, but of all the ones that I own, so far this is the one I like the best. I do really like the Armani foundation. I do think though that I will stick to wearing the Hourglass Veil, Mineral Veil primer, or the Tatcha, or maybe do a combination of the Tatcha around my nose and forehead and the Mineral Veil and the rest of my face. Anyway, it gives such a pretty look to the skin, and yeah, I like it. Thank you so much for joining me. If you liked this video, let me know by giving me a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed yet, I sure would love it if you would do that and ring that notification bell. I do try to post every Monday and Thursday. All right, thanks so much and have a really fabulous day.